All right, guys. Welcome to the Untitled Podcast for now. As we discuss it throughout this podcast, we're going to be talking why we should pick a name, the name, and we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a background on each of us. So I'll start off. My name is Flames Kid, and I'm here with...
Rewind Queen.
Cass, I guess. Why not?
Express yourself.
So I do apologize ahead of time. We are music geeks here. So we do like a lot of music. We like any genre, I think, except country. I think we all can agree on that.
I don't hate country. I just don't like listening to it.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a background on each other. Just talk about ourselves, talk about what we like, and basically what we do for a living. So I'll start off. So a plumber by trade. I don't go to school. For fun, I like to collect things, whether it's pop figures, Pokemon card, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, whatever you name it. I like to collect things. Pass it on to the next person, I guess.
You want to go or should I?
And I am Rewind Queen, and
Well, I mean, what? Why do they call you Rewind Queen?
I am Rewind Queen because I like to rewind. Because I don't like to miss anything. And then I also like to just look back at everything that has happened because it's nice to look back.
Are we talking about like music, shows, movies?
Everything. If I miss something in a
Jeez.
show, I need to know what's happening. So I'll just rewind it, which is why Luis hates me.
Well, like I said, we're going to give yourselves a little bit of background. So between me and Rewind Queen, we're in a relationship, 3 years strong. This is her first podcast. But me and Cass have already been on a podcast, the Four Horsemen of Rhetoric, in the past. So we are kind of slowly getting Lena into the whole podcast scene. But well, we're starting off very lightly.
Very, very lightly.
How about you, Cass?
Well, I mean, you guys already know my name. Sorry, I'm kind of looking at my phone, trying to look at things. But we didn't even take the shot, by the way. We just poured it out.
The shot is for after.
After? What after? Well, there's no point after.
Okay, fine.
Anyways, let me just finish my spiel first.
How about we
Okay.
just start over?
We could.
I mean, that's why editing was invented.
Oh, okay.
So we can edit these things however we want. Okay. Anyways, my name is Cass, and I guess you can call me a jack of all trades. I like games. I like collecting things. I like watching movies, hearing music. I mean, pretty much like I'll do anything if I like it. But my main thing is, I guess, video games and cars. I'm like really into cars. I don't like, let's just put it this way, I don't like taking my cars to mechanics because I don't trust them. But I mean, any DIY mechanic will tell you the same thing, so I mean, for better or for worse, it's a good and a bad thing.
That's true, but I guess it just depends on the situation at hand too. You got to specify. You like working on older cars, so
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true what you're saying, but it's not necessarily just older cars. It's, I mean, like, like I like putting hands in my own car, but like when it comes down to electrical or anything like that, like I'm not gonna touch it because I'm pretty sure I would fry something, and that's pretty much a dead car.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm more on the mechanic side rather than on the electrical side.
Okay.
Video games, same thing. I'll play anything as long as I like it, or as long as I get to play with some friends. There are a couple games out there that are pretty popular that I won't play. Just it's just preference. But I like playing games pretty much. That's my hobby, I guess.
Okay. Now for the audience that doesn't know what you play on, what do you play on?
I used to be a console player. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I used to think console was, like the god of everything, and controller was better than mouse and keyboard. But recently, last year, I built my own PC, and then this year I finally made the switch to mouse and keyboard. And I gotta say, mouse and keyboard is it's pretty good. It's a lot better than the controller, I'll tell you that much. Like all of my friends, they all built PCs. So, me naturally, like I wanted to play with my friends, so, I went ahead and built one. And then I got some of my other friends to build one too, like Raymond, and he built one. I helped him build it.
My brother's next.
Yeah, your brother is next.
Matthias is next.
He was actually playing mouse and keyboard on the other day when he was here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right. I mean, like the controller's here because he was pretty bad at it, and he goes like, nah, I might as well just practice. So I'm like, all right, go ahead, dude. But yeah, you know, I'm basically a PC player now. I'm not gonna shame console because, like I said, I'm humble. I know where I came from, and yeah, you know, like I was a console player before. I'm not gonna, you know, poop on anybody that is a console player, or like, you know, if you want to say that console's the best, like I'm not gonna try to convince you. It's your opinion, man.
Oh, definitely, dude. I completely understand. Now back to well, before we get any further into anything that we're gonna talk about today, how about we take that shot?
Finally, damn, man. Look, the thing's already warm.
And just for the audience that's listening to us, we'll be taking a shot of Jameson. Now, this tradition we did get back from our old podcast. It was basically used to lighten it up and make it easier for people to talk who are basically, I guess, microphone shy.
People are just like naturally shy. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, so you know, we take a shot. It helps ease up.
For those of us that can't see us, Lena was like, or Crystal or Rerun Queen was like raising her hand.
Yeah, so we all have different names here, so we will get confused every now and then. But for the most part, you know,
we'll try to clarify as we go.
Exactly, and I mean, in the future, hopefully, we do have some guests here, and like I said, it is gonna get confusing with the names, so you know, just bear with us. You know, we'll try to keep you guys and reminding you guys who we are. So today, normally this podcast originally was supposed to be just about picking a drink and basically just drinking. You know, we all like to drink. We recently got into IPAs not too long ago. So
we make it sound like alcoholics though.
I mean, it is what it is, you know. So basically we got into IPAs. We got into, you know, trying different breweries, different craft beers when we went out to eat at different places. And just because we live in Long Beach, we do have a lot of options as far as where we can buy beer here. One of those places being Total Wine and what is it? Total Wine and Beer?
Corked. It started with Corked, but we ended up
so that's
going to like Total Wine.
Just a little shout out to Corked here in Long Beach.
I think it's actually called Total Wine and More, but hold on, I have the app.
Yeah, so basically,
it's actually Total Wine and More.
Have the app.
So
yeah, man, like I have a membership there and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is not to condone any you know, alcoholics or anything like that, but it is what it is. You know, we enjoy our beers and you know, it goes from there. So today we have with us a drink from Full Circle Brewing Company called Mango Bomb Double NE IPA. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the NE stands for, so we're gonna go ahead and look that up just to be you know. Let's see, give me a minute here.
You should probably have that information at hand next time.
So, what it stands for is Double New England India Pale Ale.
See, I thought it was Nebraska.
With them Nebraskers. Yeah. So it's a 9.5% alcohol by volume drink. So let's go ahead and open it, guys, and let's see what let's get our first taste of this.
I mean, I still have my other beer here, but yeah, why not?
Right off the bat, it smells like an IPA.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
It smells, you know.
Someone failed to mention this is a 9.5.
Well, if you were actually listening, I did mention 9.5.
Oh, somebody's on her phone too much.
So this brewing company is located in Fresno.
So it's
Are
kind
you
of
sure it's not Nebraska?
It might be a little local to us. We're in Southern California, so Fresno is Northern California. Let's see.
I mean, you did say Long Beach, so I mean, I guess a lot of people don't know where Long Beach is.
Yeah, you know, it's better to specify.
Yeah.
Let's give it a taste. Yeah, your typical IPA. It does have a small hint of mango at the end, but it is your typical IPA. It's actually not too bad, considering, you know, IPAs are supposed to be really strong. And
here's the thing, though. You say typical IPA, but you have to assume that people don't know what an IPA tastes like. So how would you describe it?
Well, it smells like an 805 would. What an 805 would smell like as soon as you cracked it open. Maybe like a Lagunitas as well. You know, as soon as you smell one of those.
Yeah, but like, you know, give me a what?
Somehow.
What do you call those things? What do you call those things in English that are used to describe things?
Like
I don't English
adjective?
very much.
Adjective?
Yeah, those things. Give me adjectives, man. You know, you can't just be like, yeah, you can't compare it to things. You have to assume people haven't drank those things before. Give me like adjectives. Is it hazy? Is it bland? Is it flat?
It's not bland. See, if it was bland, it wouldn't taste like anything.
Yeah, I mean, those are just examples, but like, you know, tell me what you taste.
It's definitely sour. It's definitely sour. It's definitely has a strong. How to explain it? Like a strong. I want to say hazy because you just said that.
Yeah. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm not trying to give you all the answers. I'm just trying to help you out.
It's very hoppy. That's what it is. It tastes very hoppy. I don't really get the hint of mango in there. I thought I did at when I took the first drink.
I think it's more in the aftertaste rather than in the actual taste of the beer.
Yeah, I get that. It's in the aftertaste.
Yeah. I mean, normally with IPAs, the taste is normally after you have the beer, because, like he said, IPAs usually hit you with like the haziness first. That's basically what you taste first.
No, they're not that bad.
They're really not, actually.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be
good.
a lot stronger because it does say 9.5, as I mentioned earlier.
And for it being 1 pint, I mean, I'm pretty sure one of these could get us at least a buzz.
I mean, like, the name for the podcast is like literally on the side of this
I
can.
know, I like it.
Well, let's go ahead and check that out. So on the side of the can, there is #beertainment. Now, not to try to rip them off or whatever they put it on the can, but I mean, let's see if they actually, realistically, that is not taken. Beertainment. Here's the thing though, have they trademarked it?
I doubt it.
Because if it's trademarked, then we can definitely not use that.
If it's a hashtag, that means not really.
No, I
hashtag
wouldn't
just
say that
means
you
it's
can
just
hashtag anything these days.
You're right.
Let me take a look. I'm actually on their website right now. Huh.
What are we looking at?
We're looking at the website.
What are we finding?
We're not finding anything. I mean, yes, they do use #beertainment. That's probably something that could be on the list of possible names for this podcast. So how about you guys? How long have you guys been drinking IPAs for?
I want to say maybe 2-3 years now.
Wait, 2-3 years IPAs?
Yeah,
When did you start drinking them?
after I met you.
Okay. And where was it where we tried these IPAs? Because honestly, I have a very shoddy memory, so I don't remember.
Yeah, trust me,
you know.
I know.
Did you remember when we first had our first IPA?
Was it when we went to Angel City Brewing Company?
Actually, that might be true. So there's this brewing brew house.
Oh.
Would it be a brew house?
It would be Angel City?
Angel City.
It's a brewery.
Okay, so it's a brewery in downtown Los Angeles called Angel City Brewery. And we did go there.
Yeah, we did.
And we bought ourselves a flight of different IPAs that they were selling at the time. Oh, wait, no. So
No.
Rewind Queen is telling me that that's not true. I apologize.
You have to rewind yourself.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
rewind.
Rewind and fix. No, okay, so when we first met, you went to Angel City while I was out of town, and you showed me a picture, or you sent me a picture of the flight that you had. So then after that, you were like, okay, I have to take you there because I had never been to a brewery before. So then you took me later on with all the guys.
Beertainment. It's not a bad name. You know, it's something that
I actually like that name.
I fear that
It's
we
not.
might get in trouble for that.
I don't think so.
I mean,
And even if we do, if they're not complete dicks, I guess. They'll give us a fair warning and be like, hey, you know, I can't call
Change it.
yourselves that.
Well, I mean, that's what this podcast is about. You know, we're gonna go ahead and determine what the name will be by the end of it.
How about brewtainment? No, never mind. I'll say.
Well, we'll decide. We'll get to it later, but
Yeah.
you know, for now, let's just get to the core information of the podcast. Basically, what we're gonna be doing, and you know.
Well, I mean, it's essentially this. You know, we're gonna go ahead and be, you know, getting new beers every single week. We're gonna
We'll
be
be
talking
rotating on who gets to choose.
exactly. So right now,
who started this rotation? That's the real question.
Well, the thing is, we all kind of picked this beer to start off with.
Okay.
You
and
know,
how long has this how long has this beer been sitting in our fridge?
Podcast has been in the so-called air quote making since I believe New Year's. We were supposed to start the new year, then it just kind of never happened.
I think it was before that.
You think so?
Oh no, Chris said around Christmas, but I said it was before that because you guys bought me
Your mic.
I guess a whole like podcast set just so we can do this. So we were talking about it before, but it really didn't come into effect until like around Christmas time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we just kept on. Oh, I kept on putting it off.
But it still never happened.
Yeah,
I pushed. I really wanted to do it. I was excited. Obviously, like he said, it's my first podcast, so I was kind of excited. But
well, it's not that bad, you know. It's just my fault. You know, I kept pushing it off. Either work was too much, or you know, I was coming home late and not really having that much energy to do things. On the weekends, we were usually busy since those were my only days off. So it got, you know, it just kept on getting prolonged until boom, we have time to do it. We can do it. Well, yeah, it got prolonged long enough, but I think at this point, you know, we're already starting, and let's just get the groove for it so we can continue doing it every single week. Yeah, basically what we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna be picking brews and talking about them. You know, we all have different tastes in beers. You know, Cass over here likes stouts.
I love stouts.
I'm not a big fan of them. I
love stouts. They taste like coffee, and I love coffee.
Yeah, you know, so I'm not a big fan of them. Myself, I'm a big fan of lagers. I love lagers. I love, you know, tasting German lagers, texting. That's funny. Tasting Mexican lagers. You know, a beer that I've been really, really wanting to try is the Modelo Reserva. I don't know what it tastes like yet. I haven't been able to find it anywhere that I've gone, but I can't wait to find it.
They might have it at Total Wine, but I don't think they had it in yet because I remember you asked me about it. Yeah. But when that same day, like I don't think they had it in, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna receive it.
They should. What about you, Rewind Queen?
I would love to say what I'm into, but honestly, I just kind of drink them and see what I like. I don't have a preference.
You really don't have a preference?
No.
Okay, so then what's your go-to? Because everybody has a go-to. It doesn't matter, you know.
I think I go based off of alcohol percentage of how much I'm trying to drink. I mean, okay, so I guess we haven't mentioned this. We're pretty big Voodoo fans.
Voodoo Ranger Beaches. Sorry about that.
Please sponsor us.
Yes, please. We would like to be sponsored by Voodoo.
Anybody that has connections to Voodoo, please send them this podcast.
Voodoo,
we'll greatly
I'm gonna tell you now,
it.
we have made you plenty of money. Like we go all out buying Voodoos, trying all the new flavors, the party packs.
We bought like a 24 of V. Well, I bought a 24 V2Ks when we went to Laughlin, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, now that we're on the topic of Voodoos, I mean, we're eventually gonna be doing Voodoos on this podcast, but as of now,
I'm assuming we're not gonna try to do it as often because you know it's our we understand it's our favorite beer, but I mean we don't want to burn out using Voodoos, you know.
No, of course. But right now, since we're being general, as far as Voodoos go, if you could rate them from 1 to 5, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of flavors for Voodoo, but if you could rate them 1 to 5, what would be your 5th one going to your first one?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about beers, though, man. It's like beers get created like every day. Well, maybe not every day. That's a little bit exaggerated. But, you know, they get created so often. It's like, you know, you're going to have to keep updating your list every so often.
With Voodoos, we just keep finding out that there's like more and more released.
Well, it's because a lot of the ones that they release are seasonal. So,
yeah,
you know,
because they're going to release a pumpkin spice one for the end of this.
I'm ready.
So it's just seasonal. But I mean, as far as like the ones that we have already tried, you know, even if they were seasonal or not, you know, some people maybe got to try them and know what we're talking about. Maybe some people haven't. and maybe we'll be on the hunt for them if they're still available. But I mean, as far as a list from 1 to 5, or 5 to 1, what would be your guys' list?
Are you talking about like least favorite to most favorite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 5 to 1. So least to most.
I mean, from the ones that I've tried, I don't think I can name one the least, but maybe. I don't know, man. They're all like really up there.
It just depends what you're in the mood for. Some have higher content of alcohol, so you just want to get trashed. But I know the Y2K one.
Okay.
Pretty good, even though the alcohol content.
It's actually V2K.
Oh,
V2K, yeah.
Okay,
apologize.
how about this? I'll start it off, and then that gives you guys some time to like think about it. Okay?
I guess. I mean, if you already got your list set, then yeah.
I mean, it's my always go-to list. So, for example,
Alright,
like
go
mine's my 5th one, and it's not that I hate. It's not that I hate the
yeah,
beer,
we understand that, but
it's just that's the way I would go
that's
about
that's
it.
the one you enjoy the least.
Exactly. So, the regular Voodoo Ranger is the one I enjoyed the least.
Which one's that one? Just
the
regular
Voodoo
Imperial?
Ranger. No, just the regular Voodoo.
Which
That's
one's the Voodoo?
Imperial.
Regular Voodoo Ranger is the yellow one. Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. It's the regular Voodoo Ranger.
Isn't it Imperial?
Isn't that Imperial?
Nope. Imperial is the blue one.
Hold on.
No, because that's
Imperial's
hard to
not blue.
find. They don't have that everywhere.
It's green. Sorry.
That's the one we started with.
No.
The one with the citrus flavor.
The yellow Voodoo Ranger is
Oh yeah, he's right. He's
the
right.
yellow. I'm telling you.
Which one is it? Let me see.
Yeah, it's the one with the aviator. The aviator hat.
No. That's Imperial. That's Imperial.
No. That's what I'm saying. I thought you were asking which one was the Imperial one.
No, I know that one. Which one's the regular?
So regular Voodoo Ranger is my number 5th. Yes.
I know. It comes in the party pack every time.
Yes. So regular Voodoo Ranger is my number 5th pick, and it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that amongst the next ones that I'm gonna mention, it's my 5th character.
Is that the last one?
It's my last one exactly.
From the
Yeah.
Cooler.
So my 4th one is Imperial because I do enjoy Imperial over regular Voodoo Ranger.
It is
it's
strong.
stronger, it's better, and I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
My 3rd one is Jucifer.
Oh.
Now those are in those variety packs. The 24. I think what is it? 24 packs or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They're 24
Is
packs.
it 24 packs? No, it's 12.
It's
because
12.
it's
It's
4 with 3 different
Four
beers.
yeah.
No, it's 4 different beers, so it's a 16 pack.
No, it's
No,
a
it's-
12 pack. It's 4 different
you're
beers
right, you're
with
right.
3 each.
You're right.
Because
You're
it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
so it's a
3.
12 pack variety.
We can tell.
Normally here in Long Beach we find it at Vaughn's, Albertsons. Have we found it at Total Wine? I don't think so, huh?
What,
Not
the
the
variety
party
pack?
pack.
Not the variety pack, huh? I don't
I
think so.
think they do carry them, but they don't carry
No,
they don't carry them every often.
Well, not that I've seen, but from what I've seen, like for sure, Albertsons and Vaughn's for sure carries that. So I've seen them there. And Jucifer is pretty good. Next one for me is Juicy Haze. I love Juicy Haze. It was my number 1 pick until I tried V2K. V2K is my number 1, and I don't know how long that'll stick and be around for, but for sure, V2K is my number 1. How about you guys?
I love the V2K one. It's really good. It's so smooth, and then it just kind of sneaks up on you because you realize it's
And
not
like-
a normal 4.55% beer.
And like I said, eventually we'll end up doing a podcast individually on each Voodoo Ranger that we like, and it's still available to the public. But for now, we're just generalizing and talking about our favorite Voodoo Rangers. Just to make it an introductory first podcast.
Well, we're talking more about voodoo than we are about the beer that we chose.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
we can dedicate a whole segment to this later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
This is just like a get to know us
Yeah.
yeah,
type of thing.
Getting to know us. We love voodoos. Please sponsor us.
please.
You guys gotta say that, man. You guys gotta ask Voodoo to sponsor us, or else they won't sponsor.
And believe me, when I post this podcast, it'll have a hashtag Voodoo. Please sponsor us.
So anybody out there who hears this, just if you share this with your friends, just hashtag please sponsor us. Thank you.
But back to the list.
Okay.
Yes, V2K is very, very delicious. But I also like the Captain. What is it, Captain?
Okay.
Well, how about
Captain Dynamite.
How about
Yeah.
instead of you telling us each one, how about you tell us your list? Makes it easier.
Oh no. That's
Start
really
start with
hard.
number 5. Can't be that hard.
Hmm.
I know
I
there's
guess it is the original. It's not my favorite. And then I would have Imperial as 4. 'cause
Okay.
I feel like They're very strong. They're like my go-tos if I'm just trying to like kickstart a buzz.
Okay.
And then I'll just calm down from there.
Okay.
For number 3, I'd go with Juicifer. It's really good.
Okay.
Then I gotta look. Then I think there's like an American one. What is it?
American Haze.
American Haze.
I really like that one.
Okay. So
And
what?
then-
So American Haze would be your number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would be your number 1?
V2.
V2K. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to once you try V2Ks, it's like it's really hard to
Actually,
not say.
there's just way more flavors than 5, so it's
Well-
hard because I like Captain Dynamite too. So I
Well,
didn't
and-
know where to slip that in.
Well, I can do that as an honorable mention for a flavor that I like that I didn't mention in my list. 1985 was pretty good.
Wow.
1985 had a very tropical flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's still strong, but it was very good. Honorable mention to that one, just because that was my first time trying it this past Saturday, and I really only had one, so I didn't really get to enjoy that beer as much as I would have wanted to. But definitely in the future, I'll give you an updated list on that.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
How about you, Cass?
Yeah. For me, I guess I'll take your guys' 5th spot and just put the regular one because I really don't know what the hell to put down there. So I'll put the regular Voodoos down there, which are just I guess regular Voodoo Rangers, right?
Yeah,
That's what
I
it's
think
called.
they're
that's
original.
literally Voodoo Ranger. That's what it's called.
Yeah. So it's just the yellow one. Number 4, I'd probably have to put, maybe. Oh, I'm trying to think of the ones that I like enjoy the least. Maybe Captain Dynamite, not because I enjoy it the least, but it's just like one of the ones that are down there.
Yeah.
So like Voodoo Ranger, then it's Captain Dynamite, then it's probably have to be American Haze.
Okay.
American Haze is there.
But you're saying it as you enjoy American Haze over the original Voodoo Ranger?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
how I'm saying it. Like the way I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
the way I rate them.
Okay.
But it's just the way I enjoy it. Jesus. Oh my god, I need to get that.
I just found another flavor called Starship IPA.
That's
And
it. We got
Voodoo Ranger, please sponsor us. Thank
please
you.
sponsor us because we're about to go look for this. It's a 7.7 alcohol content. I'm so down.
awesome.
All right, so
All right. Your
what is
number
it?
2 pick.
My number 2 pick. Maybe it would have to be the Imperials, because I kind of like the Imperials.
Damn. Really? Like number 2 though?
Yeah, because it's like it's like the best of both worlds. Like for me at least, it tastes good, and if you want to get messed up, like drink Imperials.
We're not condoning alcoholics.
We're not. Yeah, we're not. Obviously, we're not. I mean, yeah, this is like an alcoholic
Don't drink
podcast.
and
I
drive,
guess,
ladies and gentlemen. It's
Yes,
not worth it.
don't drink and drive. And I know some states like Nevada. I don't know if you guys knew this, so let me bring it up to light now. And I'm sorry, Cass. I know you still have your number 1 pick,
That's fine.
but Nevada. So in the state of California, from what I've heard, if you get caught in a DUI, obviously they put you in a tank. You have to pay the fine. You have to go through classes, and you get basically your license suspended. Now, in the state of Nevada, from what I've heard, is that they put you in a rehab for alcoholics. Yeah, no DUI, nothing that affects your
my
driving,
God.
just rehab. Now,
I mean, it kind of makes sense because Nebraska. I mean, not to bag on Nebraska, but it's Nebraska.
I mean, and that's not a bad idea if you really think about it. I mean, we're not really
Like
getting
I
into
literally
politics
thought
here.
this beer was from Nebraska.
Not like I said, we're not trying to be political here or anything like that. But I
Mhm.
mean, think about it. For first time, DUI offenders, I understand driving under the influence is a very taboo topic just because it has its pros and its cons. I mean, you never know. It could have been somebody who made a mistake and had maybe 2 beers and took the breathalyzer and got caught up with as a DUI. Now on the same page, you could have the same another guy who had 10 beers and knew what he was doing and drove under the influence, potentially can hurt someone at that point. So that's what's a very taboo topic. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want to hurt the person who only had 2 beers and damage his record for doing that?
Yeah.
So just saying as a reference, it can vary from state to state as far as what a DUI offense can handle. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, this is just what I've seen and heard. I haven't really verified the information myself. But back to you, Cass. What's your number one pick for Voodoo Ranger?
I know the suspense is killing me.
Number one pick probably have to be. This is a good one. I want to say V2K, but I kind of like V2K more for the aesthetic of it, because you know, like we're all like 90s babies here, so I mean Crystal barely makes the cut, but
hey.
But yeah, we're all 90s babies here. So like, you know, I didn't really get to quote unquote enjoy the 90s, but I did grow up, you know, engulfed in the 90s. So, you know, I guess V2K would probably have to be up there for me.
Yeah. So you're saying that V2K is your number one pick?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not bad. I mean, I guess we're in a consensus that V2K is our number one pick.
I mean, it is one that we go pick up consistently from Total Wine.
Well, that is the one that we buy the most.
Yeah.
It's just the smoothest, you know. I mean, if anybody has had an IPA, even my coworkers, or my ex-coworkers, I'm sorry, I had they were talking about beers, and they were talking about how they can't drink IPAs, and I'm like, look, I used to think the same way, I used to do the same thing, but I had Voodoo Ranger and I had V2Ks, and that completely changed the game for me, you know. And I recommended it to them, and they went out and bought a 6-pack, and this is after work, you know, this is not during work. This is after work. They bought themselves a 6-pack, and they tried it, and they were amazed at how light it was for an IPA, you know. And that just goes to show, like, you know, maybe we need to broaden our horizon. Maybe I don't like stouts, but maybe if I give them a try, maybe I end up liking them, you know?
Yeah.
I guess it just depends, you know. That's what this podcast is about. We're going to be exploring our beers. We're going to be exploring drinks and not just beers, you know. We're going to be exploring alcohol as well. You know, maybe at some point try mixed drinks, you know. Maybe make them ourselves and try them. It just depends on how we decide to move forward with the podcast.
Very true. But we also have a friend who's super, super, like, go-to drink is Ultras. And we make fun of him all the time. I feel so bad. Poor guy. But he liked the V2Ks.
That is true.
I was so shocked because he just likes, like, the lightest beers. And he'll just drink the crap out of them.
And that's true. And a shout out to our friend Hugo, who may be listening to this podcast. That's true. He is a ultra drinker. He is a Apple Reds drinker, Angry Orchard drinker. So he's not very, very much of a heavy drinker when it comes to beer. But he did try our V2Ks, and I mean, even himself, he's bought them and drank them himself, you know, and he's enjoyed them. You know, he hasn't bought them just for us. He's bought them for himself. And that says a lot, you know. That drink is pretty good. So I mean, you know, sponsor us, Voodoo Ranger. But other than that, I mean, I would say we would all have to give it a try, and just make sure that we're open minded when it comes to trying new drinks. Because I've heard people say, oh, it's an IPA, I don't drink that, I don't want to try it. You know, they're very closed-minded when it comes to trying new drinks.
They're just strong drinks, and I understand that people could get really scared, but yeah, I'd recommend just giving it a try. And you never know, you might end up liking it. It is what I like to always get from Chris's, you know, his quotes. It's an acquired taste.
Oh my god, can you guys stop quoting me?
But yeah, guys, I mean, what did you guys think of our drink today? Our mango bomb.
Oh, this bomb has really hit.
And we went over it a little bit at the beginning of the podcast, where we talked about it and, you know, gave you guys the name of the brewing company and where it's from. But now at the end of the podcast, we want to go ahead and talk about how we feel afterwards, how it has hit us. And you can clearly tell it's affected me. And this is not because of the one shot of Jameson we took.
Yeah, well, that's pretty mixed up in there, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That has something to do with it.
I mean, a 9.5 drink, it's pretty high up there. It's not your typical, you know, Modelo or your typical Corona. You know, it's
like double that.
Yeah, basically. And we've only had one. You know, we haven't had more than one.
There's one left over.
I mean, it's whoever's least buzz at this point.
Me. Had a rough day at work.
All right, yeah, you can have it. I don't want to drink it anyway.
It's all yours.
Yes.
So yeah, guys. Any other words on our mango bomb?
It was
This is
pretty
the
good.
bomb.
the bomb.
And at
That's
some
good.
point, we will be revisiting this drink. Following up with it and seeing how we've changed in taste since we first tried it. This is our first podcast, so we want to make sure that we revisit this at some point and we give some feedback to ourselves. But other than that, any other comments, questions, concerns?
Yeah, so I'm reading this thing, and it says, our logo represents the rebirth of our city, our brewery, and our lives. Ernie, which is the skull on the side that you see with the hops growing out of him. Ernie believes time is the most precious, non-renewable resource. Take the time to bring it full circle. Live a little and be entertained. Hashtag beertertainment.
No, it's beertainment.
Oh, I'm sorry, beertainment.
I
read
like
that.
that either way.
I mean, I kind of like, the whole thing that they just, throw that on the side of their cans and everybody just like focused on drinking it, but like people don't really take the time to appreciate the actual beer and the label that's on it.
I like it. I like the label.
I mean,
it's a mango, and then it just has it looks like a big old explosion around it.
And
yeah, 'cause it's a mango bomb.
And that's what this podcast is about. We're going to be exploring these small little details that are in the cans, about the brewing companies, what they're doing for the people. Because it's not just about the drinks, it's about what the company's doing for the people as well. They're local. So we should give them a shout out. We should, give them a little bit of what is it called?
Of a nod.
No, not a nod. Well, yeah, but it's a little bit of traffic. A little bit of people checking them out.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, thank you,
hopefully-
Full Circle Brewing Company. This was a great start to our podcast.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, Wood Ranger, please sponsor us. This was a great start to our podcast. The Mango Bomb. Like I said, at some point we will be revisiting, if not the Mango Bomb, the Full Circle Brewing Company for sure.
Yeah.
Just to maybe talk about it and see where we go from there. What we've done since we first drank our first drink, because honestly, this is a memorable drink. If you guys really think about it, it's a first drink on the podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hit.
It's really good.
And I don't want to give all the credit to the Jameson shot, but this is really I feel like this is something to really kickstart your day.
Well, I don't know about kickstarting your day,
Well,
but
sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about kickstarting your day either, man.
Buzz. My bad. Kickstarting the buzz.
Yeah, I don't know about kickstarting your day, Krista.
As you can tell, I'm already buzzed.
Oh my God, relax.
All right, guys. So, hope you've enjoyed this little bit of time you've had with us. Hope you've gotten to know us a little bit at least. And again, we apologize for the background noise sometimes.
It actually sounds pretty good in here.
Yeah, it ended up working out in here.
We did move places midway through our podcast, so it may sound a little different towards the end. But we're glad that you were with us for I don't know how long. Sorry, I can't tell right now. But yeah, it's been a pleasure being here with you guys and enjoying a beer. And we hope to do it soon next week. As far as who gets to pick, that'll be a surprise. We'll let you guys know the day of the podcast. For now, I've been Flames Kid, and I'm here with
Rewind Queen
And Cass.
and we bid you adieu till next time.